which is kind of one of the last steps of what we do. Well, it's actually one of the most important things for you guys to learn because you're going to get objections left and right. But this way, when you do come to it with your team leader, you'll already kind of touch base. So, concerns 101. What do you guys think would be kind of the first thing that you do when somebody gives you a concern?
Sympathize.
Sympathize is close. That is very close. That's a part of the Resolve A's close process that we use. So sympathize, empathize with them, show them that you understand what they're saying. So yeah, but that's not exactly what I was looking for. Any idea? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to smile the whole time they're objecting to you. They're going to say, hey man, I need to talk to my wife. Of course. Yeah. Absolutely. I understand. So you want to smile. The reason you want to do it is going to kind of build trust with them. It's going to make you more likable, and it's going to bring out a natural... Oh, what's up, babe? How you doing? We got a big crowd tonight. So we got a big crowd tonight.
Everybody's on the cruise, right?
Yeah, everybody's on spring break. Yeah, you're good. So the first thing you're going to do when they begin to object to you, while they're objecting you, oh, I need to talk to my wife. You're smiling and you're head nodding. The reason you want to smile is because, again, it's going to build trust. It's going to make you more likable. And end of the day, confident people are going to smile. If you're over there scowling and frowning, or even just straight face, you're not going to seem nearly as confident as you could be. Head nodding is going to show them that you're understanding and you're listening to what they're saying. So yeah, right? Yeah, there you go. So he's picking it up. That's that natural mirror that we're talking about. So when you're smiling and head nodding, more than likely they're going to start doing it back. And once they're mirroring you back, that means that they're listening to you, they're understanding what you're saying, and then more than likely they're like kind of subconsciously agreeing with what you're saying. You want to actually listen to what they're saying, believe it or not. Because you'd be surprised. I forget what it is, but there's like an SNL, Saturday Night Live skit where the dude is like, it's like a Saturday Night Live salesman, and the guy gives him an objection, and he just totally takes it a whole other route. Like, doesn't listen to what he's saying, and then when you're not listening to what they're saying, they're going to feel like you don't care about them, right? You're not listening to what I'm saying, and therefore, they're not going to buy from you, right? So you always want to listen to what they're saying, and then you always let them finish what they're saying. Let them finish speaking. If you go to start cutting them off, because you're gonna know what they're saying. Oh, I need to talk to my wife, man. She really wears the pants in the relationship. She does all the bills. Like, as soon as he says the word wife or she says the word husband, you're already gonna know your response, right? And you're gonna kind of be naturally inclined to cut them off and just kind of jump into it, but you don't want to do that because if you don't let them finish speaking, you just start spitting off your Resolve A's close process. It's gonna come off as kind of really combative, if that makes sense. And then this is where you were, my man. What was it again?
Sympathize.
Sympathize. No, your name, I meant. Jacoby, yeah. So this is going to be where you show that sympathy, and you basically, in a word, you're going to acknowledge what they're saying. And a good way, what I always say is like, absolutely. Sure. Great. And then a really good tool that we're gonna teach you guys on is called like turning the negative into a positive. So that's actually the best part. That's the best part. So if they say, I don't like chemicals, that's actually the best part. I'm really glad you brought that up. See, everything I use is derived from the chrysanthemum or the marigold flower. So it's kid friendly.
How true is that?
True. In fact, funny story. Hold on. Last year in Kansas City, I was pitching this woman. And pitching her. Her husband's the decision maker. And as I'm pitching her,
live right now.
No, we're not. We can't get it live. We got to record it, but and send it in. But her husband pulls up as I'm pitching her. I'm like, oh great, now I get to talk to the decision maker. Turns out he's a former branch manager of Terminex in Chicago. Had just moved to Kansas City like 2 or 3 months ago. And so I got really detailed with him on the products, the product names, the microencapsulation, kind of everything that we're using. And he literally affirmed it for me. He said, yeah, I worked for Terminex for years. I was a branch manager. You would think he'd be an advocate for them, but he said, no, Terminex does not use those products. They don't use that progressive of products. They don't use that long lasting of products. And in fact, I know that the majority of other companies don't because they're so expensive. So it's 100% true that we are using the best products on the market. Cool. Yep, absolutely. Sure, I'm glad you brought that up. That's the best part. I'm glad you brought that up. And so these are gonna be called turning a negative into a positive. I really like using this one with the contract objection, the chemical objection, basically anything that where they're just picturing it as hella negative. I'm not interested. You can't really say that's the best part. You don't have to be, right? Like, but with the contract, winter service, and the chemical objection, these are what I really, really like.
Can
to
you
use.
go into what you say in each of those?
Yeah, for sure. So, tell me, I don't like contracts. What's up, baby?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about contracts.
Absolutely, man. See, that's actually the best part about us. See, I'm not,
is it?
yeah, exactly, right? I'm not looking for anything long-term, 3, 5, 10 years like these other companies. All I need from you is the first 4 quarters, just so that I can actually do my job right. But I tell you what, one thing you're gonna love about being with us for that first year is that everything's guaranteed. You see an ant in the kitchen, a spider in the basement, you have a bad dream about a bug, man, you give me a call. I'm coming back for free to do the entire service again, guaranteed within 48 hours. I'm gonna take care of your home like it were my own. What was your last name? So that's the entire Resolve Ace close. But you see how I turned it from a negative into a positive, right? So like, and the way to elude it is you want to kind of compare it to like another situation where it would be bad. Again, I'm not asking 3, 5, 10 years. There's a company called Edge. I don't think they're in White Plains where you're going to be, but in Kansas City, the Midwest, down in Texas, Edge is out there, and they literally do 3, 5, 7-year contracts. And what sucks about those is if they get sold and they buy into that contract, in order to get out of it, they have to pay 50% of the remaining contract. So I had a dude that wanted to switch, but he had to pay like close to $1,000 to get out of his contract. And so that's the best part about it, right? It's not the long term. So you want to acknowledge the concern and, say absolutely, sure, perfect, great, awesome. That's the best part about us. And then the last part about it is begin the Resolve Ace close process.
Yeah, and on concern.
Huh?
On concern, putting in.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna kind of talk about, so these are kind of the concerns 101. These are gonna be the basic fundamentals of how you're gonna deal with objections and concerns. But I guess, and then I'm gonna touch base on the Resolve Ace close process, kind of what each part of it means. And then I'm going to talk about the do's and the don'ts of non-verbally and paraverbally what you should do while you're resolving the concern. And then if we have time, we'll kind of go into actually practicing the Resolve Ace close process. But I guess any questions about any of this so far? Nope? Cool deal. All right, so Resolve Ace close. So as I'm not gonna write it that big so we have room. So Resolve Ace close. So this is to kind of show empathy, but bring the ball back. So the best example of this is when someone says, I need to talk to my wife. Of course, man, happy wife, happy life, I get it. Peace out, Dom. Of course, man, happy wife, happy life, I get it. That's me showing empathy. That's me showing that I'm acknowledging their concern. I understand what they're saying. I'm not pushing them away. But the thing is, I've literally never met a woman who doesn't love getting rid of the bugs. So I showed empathy and understanding so that he's not mad at me for continuing to push, but then I brought the ball back into my court so it logically makes sense, right? Ace is gonna be basically how you sweeten the deal. So this can be any number of things. Now actually what we do, have you guys, any of you, Josh, you as well, have you gotten a list of the aces and the closes?
So he gave me a list of the aces on my pitch script.
Okay.
I don't have the closes.
Okay, so we'll go over that today too then. And it'll probably be a lot more informational than actually practicing, but that way at least you guys can have the information. So the ace is kind of the way you sweeten the deal. You make it a better deal for them, right? If I'm like, yeah, man, happy wife, happy life, I get it. I've never met a woman who doesn't love bugs. What was your last name? Or you're gonna be here, right? Like, why would they say yes to the same deal? Like, if you're not making the package bigger or more value for the same cost, like, why would they buy it if they've already said no once? So that's the importance of acing. The importance of resolving is if you don't resolve ace close, it just comes off as completely combative. So it's just like, give me the wife objection.
Yeah, I don't know what my wife would think about this.
Awesome, man. I tell you what, I'll just go ahead and do the bushes for free. Does that work for you? Like I didn't, like you don't show any empathy, right? It's just like, man, this dude's just trying to get my credit card. He just wants my dollar. So that's the importance of that. If you don't ace, you're giving